Have you seen these spectacular finches visiting your feeders this year? It has been a few years since I've seen evening grosbeaks. This year is an eruption year for them. Eruptions refer to the movement of northern wintering species to the south in years of low food availability. Apparently, this year is seeing them moving in largest numbers in 20 plus years. So it should be a great year to observe evening grosbeaks at your feeders and such. According to finchnetwork.org, in mid-October, almost 1,000 evening grosbeaks were observed moving southwest at Rimouski, Quebec. On October 20th, Toronto and southern Ontario had a widespread flight of birds moving west and southwest. October 24th to the 25th, a much larger and widespread flight moved southwest through southern Ontario with single location counts in the hundreds. Visual account observations by Tadoussac Bird Observatory in Quebec of grosbeaks moving primarily towards the southwest are reported to be the highest early fall numbers recorded in 25 years. All thanks in large to severe spruce budworm outbreaks in eastern Quebec. So far from what I've been able to dig up, they've been spotted in Ontario, PEI, New York, Michigan, and there were sightings in northern Florida. While the numbers aren't big there, it is possible a few of these winter finches could be spotted in some other southern locations. So seeing how they'll be making appearances throughout North America, even in some southern states, places that normally don't see them, let's get to know them a little. Here's a few interesting facts about these flashy, large finches. Attracting evening grosbeaks to your garden is as simple as putting out some black oil sunflower or striped sunflower seeds in your feeders. Hopper feeders like what I have here will do, but they tend to prefer platform feeders. You can also find them foraging on seeds from the cones of spruce, balsam fir, and pine, as well as seeds and fruits of many deciduous trees and shrubs. As their name grosbeak suggests, they have very large beaks which allow them to handle larger, harder to crack seeds. In fact, smaller finches like pine siskins or redpolls tend to seek out evening grosbeaks to glean the food scraps they leave behind from seeds the little guys can't crack open. The name evening was given to them by English settlers in the early 19th century, when they came across a beautiful big-beaked bird in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. The bird appeared mysteriously from somewhere in the distant west. This led them to believe that the bird came out of the woods to sing only after sundown. That isn't the case, and it seems that French speakers got it right, calling them the wandering grosbeak. There are some unique characteristics when it comes to how they eat their seeds. After selecting a perfect sunflower seed, they dexterously roll it over and over in their bill and reverse it end for end until the seed lies along the bill's sharp edge with its peaked end pointing into the mouth. The bill then closes and shears the dry husk lengthwise. A few more movements and the seed is released and swallowed. Adult males are the flashy ones, yellow and black with a large bright yellow stripe over their eye that looks quite a lot like a unibrow. Their wings have large white patches, and their bill is a pale ivory. Females and juveniles are less showy, mostly gray, with white and black wings, and a greenish-yellow tinge to the neck and flanks. Their bill is greenish-yellow. An interesting thing about the evening grosbeak is that they are a songbird without a song. This doesn't mean they don't make any noise. They can be quite loud and vocal, and have a wide repertoire of calls. What is meant by this is that they don't seem to have any complex sounds to attract a mate or defend a territory. Their lack of defending a territory may be down to the fact that their food sources tend to be extremely abundant in local patches. You can listen for their monosyllabic chirp that sounds quite a lot like the chirp of the common house sparrow amplified. This call is used by each bird to proclaim its place in the flying flock. A lone individual or a member of a perching flock will also use this call, seemingly to let others within hearing range know its presence. Although these large finches seek out seeds in winter, in summer they actually prefer to eat insects, especially the spruce budworm. Evening grosbeaks are so good at finding these tiny caterpillars that the birds often provide a first warning that a budworm outbreak has begun. In the mid-1800s, evening grosbeaks were uncommon to rare east of the Rockies, but they began moving eastward with each winter migration, reaching Rhode Island in the winter of 1910-1911. By the 1920s, they were considered a regular winter visitor in New England. The reason for this is thought to be related to the growing number of ornamental box elders, which provide a steady food supply for the grosbeak. Thanks to outbreaks of spruce budworm with large severe breaks in eastern Quebec, their breeding population appears to be increasing in eastern Canada, westward to Manitoba. Evening grosbeaks are social birds that forage in flocks in winter and break off into smaller groups or pairs during their breeding season. Even though they share space with many other individuals, they show little aggression toward one another throughout the year. At winter feeders, though, males sometimes drive females and younger males away. Apparently, there isn't much geographic variation in plumage. However, evening grosbeaks do consist of at least 3 distinct populations, each with distinct call notes. The oldest recorded evening grosbeak was a male and at least 16 years, 3 months old when he was found in New Brunswick in 1974. He had been banded in Connecticut in 1959. I should let you know that evening grosbeaks aren't the only birds being spotted moving in large numbers across North America this year. Pine siskins, a much smaller finch, are too. Sightings on the eBird map show that there isn't a single region these birds haven't been spotted, including around the Gulf of Mexico. So there's a good chance to see these guys. Their movement was apparently massive and exceeded researchers' expectations. Purple finches are making their rounds as well, as are red-breasted nuthatches who have been spotted in Texas and are expected to make it into Mexico as well. Redpolls are moving too, and remarkably, one was spotted at a feeder in New Mexico. This is a bird that breeds far north in the tundra, so that's pretty cool and out of the ordinary. Who knows where else they'll be spotted this year, so keep an eye out. You never know who you will see this winter season. I've really been enjoying seeing evening grosbeaks again this year. They are darlings to watch, and I want to share one funny thing I witnessed a few doing yesterday when I was recording them. I had brought out a bucket of seeds to fill the feeders. There was a little bit left in the bucket, and I had moved away from it to get a better view of the grosbeaks. The blue jays ended up checking it out and actually got in the bucket, which I found funny but not surprising. I was, however, surprised to see the evening grosbeaks doing it too. How funny they look with just their head poking up. I was a little worried with them being in the bucket though, and as soon as they took a break, I picked it up and brought it next to me so no one else would go around it. Too cute though. Now I'm hoping to see redpolls, another bird I haven't seen in a few years. I also hope to see the pine siskins and Bohemian waxwings. I've been wanting to see Bohemian waxwings the last couple of years, but it hasn't worked out. Fingers crossed for this year. The apples have been looking great, so maybe they'll stop by to eat a bit. Another bird that would make my winter birding experience awesome is if I get to see crossbills, especially red crossbills. I'm really interested to know if any of you have seen evening grosbeaks this year and where to, or any of the other birds I mentioned for that matter. Comment below and let me know. By the way, you can report your sightings of the birds to eBird. It really helps them, so check it out. Thanks a bunch for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Happy birding.